Hello everyone, welcome back to Study Crunch. Now this is lecture 4 of series of power system. Let's start. What are the advantages of shunt compensation? So it requires less maintenance. As we know that two separate units are required, that is inductor and capacitor. Secondly, step by step voltage regulation is possible. Cost of shunt compensation is low. It consumes only reactive power. It requires less maintenance because there is no running equipment. Then it does not require a starting machine. So out of these four, it requires less maintenance is the right answer. Next, specified quantities of load bus are. So it is P and Q. Load bus is also known as PQ bus. Load bus is related to consumer equipments in which P and Q are known or specified quantities. For supplying these quantities, del and V, these are to be calculated. Load bus quantities PQ and unknown are V and delta. Generator bus is known quantities PQ and Q and delta are unknown quantities. Then if we talk about slack or reference bus, then V and delta are the unknown quantities. So we know that the specified quantities for load bus are PQ. PQ is also known as load bus. Next, specified quantities for slack bus are. So it is V and delta or load angle. These are required quantities. Which of the following quantities are required to calculate generator bus? So Q and delta are required for generator bus. In a 4x4 bus matrix of number of zero elements are 12, find the sparsity of system. So we know that number of zero elements to the total number of elements. So zero elements are 4 to the total elements are 16, that is 4 into 4. So it is 0.25. So answer is 0.25 is the sparsity. Next, in a 4 into 4 Y bus matrix, the number of non-zero elements are 12. Find the number of transmission lines. So we know by the formula n square 1 minus x minus n by 2. This is the formula of number of transmission lines. So it is 4 square n. Then we have 1 minus 0.25 as the sparsity as we found out earlier as well. Then n is 4. Then we have 2. So on solving this, t comes out to be 4. So 4 is the answer. Range of accelerating factor is, so the accelerating factor is used for reducing the number of iteration using Gauss-Seidel method. So the accelerating factor is 1.6 to 1.8. A network containing 100 buses in which 10 are voltage control buses, 5 are fixed shunt capacitor buses, 20 are reactive, 6 are generator buses. Find the size of Jacobian matrix. So we know that for Jacobian matrix we have 2n minus m minus 2 into 2n minus m minus 2, where n is the total number of buses, m is the total number of PV buses plus reactive power buses plus generator buses. So we take all these three, we accept the slack bus. So the capacitance come out to be 2 into 100 minus 35 2 into 100. minus 35 minus 2. On solving this, it comes out to be 163 into 163. Which of the following bus is or are not PV buses? So, fixed shunt capacitor buses are not PV buses. We know that this is the formula of Jacobian matrix. So, the fixed shunt capacitors are considered as load buses or PQ buses. Which of the following is or are advantages of NR method? So, number of iteration are less and applicable for large power system network. These are the two advantages, that is number of iteration is less, conversion is not affected, no need for accelerating factor, applicable for large power system network, and disadvantages are it is time taken for each iteration is larger, computation memory is larger, programming is difficult. So this was all about this lecture. Let's start off with next.